That was 2018. I need to remind you that in 2013, just the core opposition without Mahathir, with Mahathir the other side, with Najib at that time, we garnered 52% of the popular vote. Right? So it's not something that is deemed to be unsurmountable or too complex. This requires us, the political leaders, to have the humility that we need to work harder and penetrate the rural heartland, and not in our narrative, not only to respond to the demands, dictates of the urban, the sophisticated urban elite, but also to deal with the concerns of the poor, the marginalized, the minorities, and those in the rural heartland. In 2018, I was unfortunately in prison again. Jonathan said twice, this is the third stint in prison. Now it's been taken over by someone else, and I hope we take turns. I finished my quota of close to 11 years. It was 2 years under the Internal Security Act, because I was part of the student struggle in support of the poor peasants in the north of Malaysia, and then of course 98, and then again 2015. Now, in 2018, I was in prison again, and my colleagues in the opposition said, now that Mahathir initiated this campaign against Najib and called Najib a kleptocrat. I call many kleptocrats. Najib is not only the only kleptocrat in Malaysia, but so they decided to forge an alliance with Mahathir. Mahathir came to see me. He could not see me in prison, went to court, and appeal for me to work together just to remove Najib from the political scene. With a clear undertaking, an agreement signed that he will assume the leadership and will surrender power soon to Anwar. And it's all documented and signed. That is not surprising, this is history. But so people just assume that without that sort of coalition, can we work? Now I might say, that's why I need to remind you about what happened in 2013. Not only without a coalition, with this force against us, with Najib, we could muster 52% of the popular vote. But we didn't secure enough seats to form the government. Now, 2018, we did secure enough seats. And we did undertake some measures, reform in terms of judicial independence, anti-corruption measures, but it was half-hearted, because the leader of the so-called reform government is not the reformer, who does not believe in reform, who still believes in cronyism and tolerate some form of corruption, as long as this and corruption to him is only if it happens or done by the opposition. And many of the issues, for example, elevating the problem of the poor, and then going back to strong racial overtones, like having a Congress, a Malay Congress, to harp on Malay supremacy, which runs contrary to our multiracial agenda, although we do, I do, without being defensive or apologetic, that we need to deal with the problem of the majority race in Malaysia. The majority of the Malays are still marginalized and poor, but dealing with it should not be based on race, and you should not have a racial issue. If it's poverty, it's poverty. Or if it is corruption, it is corruption. The leader of the Islamic Party say no, corruption in Malaysia actually affect mainly the non-Muslims and non-Malays. Such illogical the response to the statements tend to come out. So I believe that without Mahathir, although he's in the opposition, I'm not sure that he will support the coalition, but he has announced that he will be the Prime Minister candidate at the age of 97, good luck. And not only that, but he wants to form a Malay coalition. When asked why didn't you surrender power to Anwar as promised, he says no, Anwar is not qualified because he is the leader of a multiracial party. Only a Malay leader representing a Malay party is qualified to be a Prime Minister. But I say, look, the majority of my party members are Malays, but this is a party for Malaysians. And this is more than 6 decades after independence. So that's the position. Jonathan, I remain optimistic because if you look, those of you who understand the political development in Malaysia will realize there's a huge battle between the members of the ruling party coalition. The former Prime Minister Muhyiddin, who is a major partner of the UMNO-led coalition, headed by the present Prime Minister, called the present Prime Minister a failure, and the Prime Minister said, you also failed. So you have 2 major failures to lead the present coalition government. So I think we should have a fair chance this time around.
But there